Vive l'Impressionism is the new exhibition at the Van Gogh Museum here in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and it's celebrating 150 years of Impressionism. In this video, I'm going to be sharing an overview of the exhibition, key information such as dates and ticket prices, and if you can't make it to the exhibition, not to worry, I've got you covered. I'll also be sharing a few interesting facts about the exhibition and Impressionism in case you need some conversation material at your next social gathering. So without further ado, let's get into this. The footage in this video is from an exhibition preview that I was very fortunate to attend, and there are about 140 pieces of artwork on display, and they've come from all over the Netherlands, including 10 different museums and 7 private collections. So this exhibition takes you on a journey, and it starts with how Impressionism wasn't immediately embraced in the Netherlands, and it's wonderful to see so many different mediums like paintings, sculptures and prints being brought together. Now the exhibition is nicely laid out, it's spread across 2 levels, and there's also plenty of space to move about as well. Now, if you're looking for things to do in Amsterdam, then you're in luck, because this exhibition very recently opened on the 11th of October 2024 and will run until the 26th of January 2025. Adult tickets cost €22 per person, and people up to the age of 18 can get free entry. The museum card is also accepted at the Van Gogh Museum. Now, just to set the scene, the Impressionist movement began in France around the 1870s, and it was a breakaway from traditional academic painting. Some of the recognizable characteristics that you can see in the artwork are loose brushwork, the depiction of light at different times of the day, use of bold colors, and possibly my favorite characteristic is how artists captured moments of everyday life, maybe even moments that are considered quite mundane, rather than historical or religious scenes. There are about 40 artists who are considered to have contributed significantly to the Impressionist movement. Of this group of 40, only a handful were women, the rest were men. So we're talking about 10%, and this low percentage is understandable considering women, back then they faced significant barriers in, getting training, exhibition opportunities, and even, having their work judged fairly. Now, there are also prints in this exhibition, and traditionally artists would produce large editions, so large numbers of identical, flawless prints. However, for the Impressionists, they produced prints in much smaller numbers, and they would even alter the design by varying the inking and wiping technique during the process. Etchings and aquatints are extremely laborious to do, and I have a huge amount of respect for artists that work in this way. I was particularly drawn to Mary Cassatt's beautiful color etchings. They are part of a series of 10 etchings that focus on intimate moments of women and children's lives. Here's one of a woman bathing herself, and another of a woman almost deep in thought at a writing desk with a letter. I also really liked Ludovic Napoleon Lepique's work, where he depicts the ever-changing wintry landscape, as well as Camille Pissarro's various versions of the old cottage, bearing in mind that color etchings were still highly unusual back then. Just to pause for a second, if you are enjoying this video, please could you give it a thumbs up? Thank you so much. I also really liked these plates by Marie Bracquemond. They depict the new leisure activities of the Parisian affluent middle class, and you can see things like people playing badminton and feeding animals at the zoo, for example. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful. Until next time, goodbye.